In a company of 150,000 employees, like the one I worked for in my last 16 years of corporate, you are a number. Now, my login, every single day, I used it hundreds of times a day, I037, dot, 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 dot. The reality is once you realize that your employee number, it's a reality. It is not your identity. That's the moment that you will be able to unlock an amazing power. That's when you can start to use the corporate machine to be able to fund your own dream. You'll continue to excel in your role, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's why I want to invest some time today to talk about the corporate number trap. Once you understand it, it'll be an unlock. So let's dive into today's episode and let's get you to optionality. Today's episode is sponsored by Billy Keels Advisory Services. If you want to learn more about how to make your 99 optional, just go to makeitoptional.com. Once again, that's makeitoptional.com.
Helping you build freedom without losing your edge. This is the Going Long podcast with Billy Keels.
If you've joined the podcast for any amount of time, you know that I had a 26-year corporate career that I really, really, really liked a lot. So much to the point I used to say that I loved it. But I realize now that this was a moment in my life when I absolutely liked what I was doing for 26 years. I'm very, very fortunate. Even more fortunate, the last 16 years, I worked for one employer. Yes, I did say 16 years, one employer. And the thing that I wanted to share today, it really has a lot to do with the fact of, one, how grateful, thankful I am for the opportunity to work for one employer for 16 years. But also one of the lessons, the life lessons that I learned along the way that I realize is super important, especially if you're a high achiever. Like I was the high achiever in corporate this last 16 years. I was at a company, I had an opportunity to work across 3 different layers of the organization. What I mean by that is I was able to work at a local level. So I worked in a specific market. I worked in the Spanish market and I worked there for 7 years. I then had another opportunity to work across Europe, Middle East, and Africa. One of the greatest roles I ever had. I managed a business that was about $100 million business. It was in euros, but that was the dollar equivalent. And then I also had the opportunity to work on a team that was a global team. Even had a chance to work for a special project that was reporting to the board. And this was 150,000 employee type of company. So, I mean, it was really, really such an enriching opportunity. But you're asking, yeah, Billy, but so, okay. So yeah, so get to the point. So the point is, I was, because of the way that I grew up and the things that I thought were important, I was so bought in that I was really, as a high achiever and somebody who was going to Hawaii, I was in a top talent program. They call it something else, but it's basically a top talent program. Able to move forward. I like to take on special projects. I was looking for promotions. I wanted to make more money. All of those things. And a lot of my identity was actually tied up in the company, in the brand, in the titles that I was having, because that's what I thought I needed to do. Like I wanted to get out there. I wanted to make more money. I wanted to have nice things. I wanted to provide really nice experiences for my family, like traveling internationally and being able to do it in a way that was really nice. And at the same time, all of these things along the way in those 16 years, one of the things that I recognized is I really wanted security in life. And what I meant by that is not having to just simply rely on one paycheck, and being able to have more control over my time as well as my income over time. But the thing that happened also too, and this is where it can really get a bad rap, but I started recognizing that in this company, and then the other companies that I worked for before, but it hit me in the last company. At the company, for the company, the big machine, like I was a number. And I know some of you are saying, yeah, Billy, but everybody knows that you're a number in corporate. But this is different because the way that I started to recognize it was, number one, every single morning that I went into my computer, I opened my laptop, and what did I do? I had to put in my employee number, and then a special patch code, I037, I037, So literally every time I needed to open up my laptop, which is my main way of interacting with the company, I had to put in my employee number. Like I did this over 22 times a day at a minimum. I'm sure there were days like when we had a lot of deals that I was putting in 100 times a day. And it was a subconscious reminder of the fact that, yes, I was a number during corporate. The difference is at a certain point, a lot of times you will hear people say that, and there's this like, you're just a number in corporate. You're just a number. Blah. Well, okay. And so what? I was very fortunate to recognize that, yes, it was a reminder, the number that I was using every day, every single day for 16 years, I037. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to say all of it. But what I realized is when I was a number, it was because I was working for someone else. I was a number. And whether it was the moments where I was an individual contributor or I was a leader or leader of leaders, and it didn't really matter because whether you were a senior director, a vice president, an executive vice president, a COO of the 150,000 employee company at the time, or even the CEO, every single person is a number. And that's okay. The reminder, the fortunate part for me, and this is why I'm sharing it with you, it doesn't have to be a bad thing that you're a number. It's what you sign up for. It's about the exchange that you're getting. Okay? I signed up. I was getting the benefits. I was recognizing the things that I wanted. So I stopped resenting and denying a reality of the fact that I was a number. I was a number. So what? Or as Jocko would say, good. I was a number. Good. I stopped resenting it. I stopped being upset about it. And I started using that to my advantage because when you recognize that you are a number, a lot of the identity that I had tied up in the role and I had to get the next promotion and I had to do the next thing. I mean, and I've talked about it in other podcasts. There was a certain moment where I realized I didn't want to keep getting promotions because it was taking away from the life that I designed. The one that I sat down and painstakingly described. Moving up the promotion path at a certain point, it was not worth it for me. It was not worth it for my family. Because I started realizing money is not the only thing in life. It's an important thing. Anybody tells you otherwise, they're lying or they never live without money. Not my case. So let me keep talking to you. So what that did is recognizing that I was a number. It helped me realize that it was okay to be able to build something on my own, something that would be mine. And I say mine, meaning mine, my family's, something that would be generational, something that would go beyond the I037 ... Because when you have your additional time and you're able to use and leverage the skills that you have, and you are able to attract the clients that you want to be able to serve, and you are able to control and own more of the time that is in fact yours so that you can generate an impact as well as income, it doesn't feel so much when you think that I03 that's your identity. No, that's just a part of what you do during certain hours of the day. For some people, it's 80 hours a day. And if you like what you do, keep doing it. If you don't, well, I think there's something that you need to figure out. If you need some help, I know somebody who can help you. Go from 80 hours to 60. I've even talked about that in an episode not too long ago. But here's the thing, what that helped me to do when I recognized that, yes, I was a number, and I want you to recognize if you're in a large multinational and you are a VP, you're a senior director, you are a senior AE. It's okay being a number. That's fine. Just recognize it's a reality. It's not your identity. That's the reminder. That's the powerful part. That's why you can start to use it to your advantage. Because as long as you're providing the outcomes to the machine that needs it, then the extra hours, well, use those yourself. And so what I did, and this is why I'm sharing this with you, because once I had the unlock of the fact that, yes, I was a corporate number, good. It was about figuring out, okay, well, now what can I build in my own time that is going to allow me to start to have more control over my time and also generate income that keeps me independent and not completely dependent and locked in to my employer. Because, hey, we've got a great exchange. I give you outcomes, hours, and you provide me with a paycheck, nice benefits, chance to travel, see some things, people, places. There you go. And yes, I started, and most people know I started in real estate. Real estate was a great place. I recognize that when you own an asset and that asset, you manage it properly, it produces cash. That cash is then something that you can not just make more of, but then you learn how to keep more of that. And then you put that back into your business. And then that allows you to do other things. And then I started getting into other types of alternative assets. And those alternative assets were also producing cash and producing other benefits. And then I started recognizing, okay, a lot of the skill set that I was using during my 9 to 5, I could then take into my 5 to 9 to start to build out a team, to start to learn how to attract clients, to be able to effectively help clients solve their problems, and in exchange for that, receive an ability of compensation to be able to continue to build the business so we could serve more people. And the beautiful part is I did all of that while working in my 9 to 5. Even got to a point, of course, it got challenging. Of course, it got messy at times because I wanted to continue to excel in my role. The only way I knew was to do more hours initially. And then I started working smarter, not harder, meaning that I was focusing more on the outcomes and being able to leverage teams and being able to get to the goal, understanding the client's desires and moving forward so that the skill set that I had in from my 9 to 5 was actually helping me in my 5 to 9. And it was helping me. But just like everything in life, when you're going through something new, it's not always easy. Yes, it got messy in the middle. Yes, I was moments that I was stressed out and I was not doing things as efficiently as possible. It's one of the reasons that I reached out to somebody else who had already been where I wanted to go. And that person helped me to get much, much clearer. Because at the end of the day, and when I went through that and I accepted and completely understood that, yes, I was a number. And I want to say to you, if you have been struggling with the fact that you're a number, good. Now you know that, yes, it's okay to be a number and you can use that to your advantage. Detach emotionally. Don't feel so stuck. Because at the end of the day, you're a number. You're a good number. You're a high producing number. You're someone who's excelling at your role. And also I want you to be able to build that profitable side business, use the extra time to fulfill your life, to be in alignment, to live in alignment. Because once I did that, and this is where I want to share with you, it helped me not just to get into that first rental property. That first rental property actually eventually became 41 streams of income in addition to my job. While I was working at my job, while I was going to Hawaii for my job, while I was in the top talent program at my job, yes, these things all happened at the same time. And I was a present father, right? That's how it ended. That's the last 4 years of my corporate career. I didn't even need the paycheck. Didn't need the paycheck. I had a business that was, or had multiple businesses that were generating $212,000 at a minimum per year in terms of revenue. So I knew that I had the skill set. I knew that I could do it. It wasn't always perfect. Of course not. You have to be able to crawl before you walk, walk before you run. And when you're doing it on your own, it can take a lot longer. Now, if you have somebody that's there with you, you can get there much faster, much more efficiently, not going through all of the same mistakes. And so aside from that and recognizing that being a number was okay, good, I started recognizing that it was about having real life experiences and ownership. That's what being a number in my corporate role allowed me to do. It allowed me to detach, recognize that that wasn't all of my identity. It was just a part of my identity. And so I also recognized that I had a skill set. That skill set would allow me to have more control over my time and ultimately be able to have more control over my income. My confidence increased. I went into meetings at work, my 9 to 5, much more confidently. I saw things from a different view. I took a lot of the learnings that I had there and put it into my 5 to 9. I was able to optimize more time with family. I was more present at home. And it all started by recognizing that, yes, I was a number in my corporate role. And so if you've been struggling with this, listen to this episode a couple times. It's fine to recognize that you're a number. Good. Use that. Use it to your advantage. Because when you recognize that it's just a part of your identity, it's not your identity, wow, there is absolutely no ceiling. The sky's the limit, as we like to say. And so if you've been struggling with it, listen to the episode again. If you want to reach out. Happy to have a chat with you. Consistently helping even more and more people, was something I'm loving. And if it's not you, but you know somebody's been struggling with this whole concept, I feel like a number. Well, you are a number. Share this episode with them. Good. Get on the phone with them afterwards. Show them that you absolutely do care. You're going to share first, then you're going to care. You're going to meet them for coffee. You're going to meet them for a drink. You're going to meet them for a walk. Whatever the case may be, help. Help that person. Help yourself go from theory to practice. Start to build the skill, build the expertise, because I want you to recognize and embrace the fact that, yes, you are a number, and yes, you can also build your own dreams while you're building someone else's. Good. So while you are sharing today's episode, while you're caring, guess where I'll be? I'll be right here preparing for the next episode. So until then, go out and make it a great day. And thank you very, very much.